Like, you could be the best at taking somebody's thought leadership content and turning it into a product and Facebook ads and all of that stuff without ever having your own product.
Okay, what would you ask Kanye?
Just start doing it.
What's up, Evan? This is a completely different discussion, I guess, than last year.
Nice.
Let's start by asking you, why do you listen to music in like 1.25 speed? What is the
I love it. That's a great
that?
question. I love that question. You listen to the advice of starting off with a question that...
I still can't do it. Like, I listen to audiobooks and stuff faster, but I don't
Really?
listen to
You can
music.
listen to audiobooks faster, but not music. I think most songs sound better at 1.25. I think it's more positive. I just think it's happier. Some songs I go up to 1.5.
Okay.
But most songs 1.25.
Even if you dance, like, I mean, obviously not here in a group session, but like, let's say you and Nina are dancing at home.
Yeah.
You listen to faster music?
I have my YouTube default to 1.25 when I'm doing music. So everything comes on at 1.25. Yeah. I posted a video on Twitter not that long ago of us bachata dancing to a fast song that was then sped up to 1.25.
Okay.
I think songs are happier. I think it's more positive.
I just feel like it's distorting what the artist wanted to actually show you, which is a little bit like...
I see it as co-creation.
Okay.
Like, I'm taking your thing and I'm making it serve me better.
Okay. I mean, everybody gotta take what is best for himself, right? Or herself.
My intention is not disrespecting the artist and saying, you know, your song was too slow, this should have been the original.
Right.
I understand that I maybe am different than people, right? But look at your sweater, you know, like, you're wearing that.
Now I feel...
What?
Now I feel like I have to, like...
Now he's got to sit up
what
straight.
is wrong with my sweater?
Right? No, but it's great.
No.
But look at how you matched it. Like, you put the sweater with that watch, with these pants, with those shoes, with those socks, right? Maybe the person who made that sweater is like, dude, that's not what I had in mind.
Okay.
Have you seen my videos? Like,
I
have you seen my
see where
photography?
you're going with it, but isn't it a little bit different than that? I mean...
You're taking the art and then making it fit you.
Sure, yeah.
That's how I see it. I'm not trying to disrespect. You're not saying, no, original sweater creator, like, it's supposed to be black pants. Your creation sucks with white pants. I hate you, right? No, you're like, I like this sweater, and I'm gonna make it fit me.
Makes sense.
It's the co-creation. Yeah.
Somebody who co-creates a lot is, in my opinion, Kanye West.
Okay.
And you've mentioned that he's like the person you would love to interview the most.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I think Kanye doesn't get great questions.
Okay, what would you ask Kanye?
I don't know.
I mean, let's say, like, you just get a call, hey, Kanye is in town and you can interview him.
Yeah.
You have to be there in 1 hour.
I would probably lead with that. Like, dude, I think I'm super pumped to be sitting here with you. I've got a picture of you up on my wall. I don't think people give you enough respect for everything that you've done. And I've watched a bunch of your interviews, and I think you get crappy questions. I think you get questions from people who are trying to just get a rile out of you, get you, agitated and upset, or just try to make you look bad, get like a gotcha moment. What do you think? Do you agree?
Okay.
And then see what he says. And then I would probably ask him, how do you stay on top? When you don't have, you're creating new stuff all the time. This is something that I face with my YouTube channel. I want to build a 10 million subscriber YouTube channel. Nobody's done it in education. I've already followed the best practices. I'm creating new best practices.
Right. I think what you are saying makes really like a lot of sense for the person who you are, because you are taking the approach of believing in him and like actually acknowledging like what he has done and acknowledging that he is like this person that has achieved a lot. And I think that's what a lot of people are taking away from him.
Yeah, I don't even listen to Kanye's music.
Oh, you don't?
I don't really like his music.
You don't like his music? Okay.
It's okay. I couldn't name 4 Kanye West songs.
Okay.
The one that I probably listen to the most is the one that he hates the most,
Which
which is
one?
the Gold Digger. I ain't saying you a gold
Okay,
digger.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have that on my list.
I don't like that album at all, but it's like
But
all the
I don't
other
even know.
albums
I don't
are
even
really
know
good.
his other stuff.
Yeah. You should listen to his.
I've listened to stuff. I just can't
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah, maybe on
Maybe
on
1.25.
one. That's what I was guessing.
Right? So, but I don't need to. Like, I respect
Okay.
him. I can learn from him, even though I don't really, like, whoever created this sweater, I might think is the ugliest thing alive, but but I can still respect the artist, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I would love to know the story. Like, why 4 stripes? You know, why, right? And I'm sure, and I could appreciate the art, even though I don't necessarily like the art.
Sure.
Because there's a process that went behind it. Everything that Kanye puts out into his music, there's a thoughtful process that nobody asks him about, which I'd love to know. Whether I like the end result or not, I can respect the process that went into it. Now, if the guy just, I don't know, I just saw what lines and I threw it up on a sweater and we sold it, made a bunch of money, then I wouldn't respect that artist anymore, right?
Sure.
I've had people on my YouTube channel come on, and in the green room before, we're here to talk about his book. And he comes on before and he says, I don't know, I just threw together this book, you know how it is. You know, put a bunch of words together and we start making money on it. It's like, oh my God, I'm gonna have this guy on my channel,
Yeah.
right? That makes me feel dirty. But most artists aren't that way. Like, there's intent behind their creation, and they actually usually don't do a good job of communicating what went behind it. So I might ask Kanye, like, what's your favorite song? And what went into it, and why is it so meaningful to you?
That's a good question.
But I would probably make it selfish first, because I haven't seen him answer that question, but I'm sure he's been asked it before. So I would default to questions that I'm super curious about myself first.
That's actually a really, really good point, because I once asked a friend, like, who is the person that you would love to spend, like, if you could, like, 10 minutes with? And he answered Tony Robbins. And I was like, so what would you ask him? Like, what would you use those 10 minutes for, right? And he said, I would show him the projects I'm working on and ask him, like,
what do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, that's the greatest.
And
I
didn't understand that actually at that
that's
moment.
the best. Like, honestly, I would love, if I had total freedom with that, I'd say, hey, Kanye, here's my videos.
Yeah.
Can we watch one together, and can you just give me some of your creativity and say how you would make it different?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Because that's like because when he said that, like, I don't know how long that is ago, but I was like, what? Like, you could learn from the greatest, and now you're trying to make it selfish about yourself. But then I, like, over the time realized it makes way more sense to actually like give them some input so they can actually like help you in a real way.
Yeah, but it's actually the best thing you can do. It's better than asking him the same question that's been asked 1,000 times on other episodes.
Right.
So even you leading with why do you listen to 1.25 is like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is exciting. One, it helps you. Two, if you're recording it, it helps your audience understand that you're not perfect and you're always seeking knowledge and you're trying to learn and get better. And three, it exposes their process. Like, I think what actually makes Kanye a genius is his process. He doesn't always communicate it super well. And he can get defensive really quickly. And so creating a safe environment to, like, I love you, man. I think you're a genius. And then allowing him to show his genius. Like, I think you could look at one of my videos and come up with 100 ideas. Like, I would do this and this and this. Like, we've never seen that. You never see what goes into making it. And then how to take it. He's never made a style of video like I do. So how does he use his weird artist brain to then, like, inject newness into my channel is actually the thing that I'm missing most. Nobody can tell me what to do on YouTube.
Okay.
Because I'm creating the new best practices.
Yeah.
So there's no expert to go to. When you're at the beginning, everybody can teach you. And as you get better, there's still experts. But in the YouTube world...
But you can learn from other sources, right? Like, for example, Kanye West can help you with your YouTube videos.
But that has to become the game.
Yeah.
Now, right? That has to become the game.
That's very interesting. That's a very...
You have to pull from something else. Because I'm already using all my creativity. And I've already tapped out all the best practices. And so where do I go? I go to a Kanye. I go to another artist. I go to whoever made this sweater and say, dude, help my YouTube videos. It's like, what? Like, yeah, you're a creative genius. Okay.
Let's get a little bit into tactics
Okay.
of like thought leadership and like positioning yourself as like the expert.
Okay.
Let's take the example of the sweater.
Yeah.
Like, is that something intentional you're using to make a point? Like,
Yeah, I think if you can bring analogies home, because you don't understand why I'm doing 1.25 music.
Yeah.
I think that you didn't say like it's offending the artist or but it's like the kind of the vibe behind it is like, well, they created it with a certain reason and now you're doing your own thing with it.
Yeah.
I say, well, you're doing the exact same thing. But I don't see it as offending the artist, I see it as a tribute. Now, if you were taking that sweater and washing a car with it or something, maybe that's not great intention, but you're not trying to come to my event and look
Yeah.
like a slob. Like you came up with a reason. So this outfit means something, right?
Yeah.
So that's a tribute to that artist, but you're mixing and matching it in a way that maybe he never expected or anticipated, but it's not with bad intent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why I use that analogy, and I've never used that analogy before, but I'm trying to find, you didn't necessarily understand the words, so if I tell a story, one that you can connect
That
with,
makes sense,
then
yeah.
it'll make more sense for you.
No, but I liked how you kept to the storyline, like
Yeah.
throughout different questions, you were bringing in the same analogy, just for me to like relate.
Right.
Like,
Because your
and
brain,
I was like thinking, is that an intentional thing or is that like more kind of a?
no, it's intentional because I want you to understand it. You ask a question,
Okay.
I don't want you leaving saying I still don't get what he's talking about.
Sure.
So I'm trying to. First tried with words and it wasn't quite landing. So it's like, okay, well, here's a sweater, and it's a different sweater. I've never seen that sweater before. Maybe it means something to you, or maybe you found it in a recycling bin. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But usually, like how fancy your Instagram is, you pay attention to this stuff. So like, okay, it's probably some designer or means
No,
something
it's
to you, or great. But you're not. I've never known you to, like show up in a garbage bag,
Yeah.
right? So like when you bought that, it's like, oh, whatever, I'll just buy any sweater. Like you liked it for some reason, great. So I'm trying to pick something that you have a personal. I could have gone with the shoes. I could have gone with the socks. You had these, blue socks on. Pick something that you think they care about.
Yeah.
But sweater, watch, jeans, you're mashing it up in a way that that artist never thought about. And so in that analogy, hopefully, it makes sense. Because it's just stepping above, because you don't get the 1.25, but it's still just art and how I'm consuming it. This is how you're consuming art too.
Yeah. So you're currently working with Jeremy, and something that I think only like you, me, and maybe like a couple more people know is that you even asked me to come to Toronto and start a business together with you.
Yep.
And one thing I've realized talking to Jeremy and also like following the journey a little bit is that Jeremy is having his success with the business, but he's not doing what he's preaching. Like his YouTube channel has been down like for 9 months or something. And this is something I had like, and I think I still have a huge problem with for myself, that I believe like that I can't actually like tell people to do something that I'm not doing. It's not like a question, but more like some sort of help me, right?
Yeah.
Because like I want to
Just a
figure
limiting
out
belief.
like
No, I mean,
why.
So Jeremy was he went from being I pulled him off of being a grocery store clerk to now doing YouTube and
Right.
representing my brand, right? Like he has no credibility at the beginning outside of Evan Carmichael has his channel with 2 million subscribers, so
Right.
this could be like I'm gonna listen. But if he got on a call and just sucked, right? I got a testimony. I haven't even showed it to Jeremy. Somebody wrote in who's a friend of somebody that we're helping. And it's still mostly Jeremy. I'm helping Jeremy, Jeremy helps the client. I'm not talking to any of his clients,
Okay.
right? I'm just telling him what I would do, and now he's picking it up. So this guy who I've known for a couple of years messages me and says, hey, Evan, just want to let you know, X client that you're working with also worked with another huge YouTube expert, and felt like was getting ripped off by that guy, and Jeremy already provided like massive value on top of what this person was paying, right? Now, I didn't know that he even knew, it's like he just felt out of the blue that he needed to share the story with me, and I got it today. I haven't even showed Jeremy. I got to show him to make his day. So here's another analogy. What's your favorite sport?
Actually, nothing. Like, I don't watch sports.
Okay.
But I used to like soccer, football.
Great. A lot of times the best soccer, like who's the best soccer manager? A lot of times they weren't players. Who's the best trainer? A lot of times they weren't players.
I'm not sure if that's true, though.
A lot of times. I don't know as much about soccer. I look at baseball. Most of the players who came from baseball, a lot of times they suck at teaching.
Okay.
Like Ted Williams, there's a lot of Boston people who are here. Ted Williams was you might call him the greatest hitter of all time. He coached, became a hitting instructor to teach people how to hit.
I think that's my limiting belief.
And sucked.
Yeah.
He sucked as a coach. Where a lot of times, like, it doesn't mean that they never played. They may have played, but they weren't stars.
Yeah.
Their stardom is in being able to coach and manage.
Yeah, that never clicked in my head that you can be really good at coaching something, but not good at executing something yourself.
But it's a different skill set. If he's helping, if he's helping somebody with a yoga channel, he doesn't have to know anything about yoga. I could help you with a yoga channel. I could help someone with a learn how to speak French channel, even though my French sucks, right? Because I know enough about the mechanics and I've coached enough people to go through the process.
Right.
I know how to build a channel.
Yeah.
Right? Now, he learned a lot from me. I taught him my process, and now he's learning more as he's evolving and going through it too. It doesn't mean that being in it hurts, but they don't have to go together.
Yeah.
Jeremy's building a 6-figure business plus from like in how much time? Not a lot. Yes, using my name and branding and reputation, he wouldn't have done it on his own, but he's doing the work. Like I'm coaching him, but he's the one in there who's building trust, who's getting results for clients, who's getting that testimonial. It was all him. So you just have to get results for your clients. If you're doing, you had your e-commerce, if you're doing, like you could be the best at taking somebody's thought leadership content and turning it into a product and Facebook ads and all of that stuff without ever having your own product. Because you're an expert at online marketing. You don't have to be an expert at digital creation.
Right.
You can be if you're interested and you're curious about it, but you don't have to be.
No, like my biggest problem with all of that is I had this limiting belief for such a long time that I kept like learning and I thought like I have to learn and learn, and now I kind of theoretically know like everything in this space, and now when it comes to doing something, I'm like, yeah, but like I could do so much more, but I haven't done like the fundamentals, You
got to do it.
Like, I mean, I have had my own decent amount of success, but I'm standing in my own way just by like not accelerating enough.
Yeah, you got to do it. Just start doing it.
Thank you so much.
All right.
If you have a podcast or interview show and want me to be a guest on it, I have 2 options for you. There's a link right there next to me. Go click it, and I look forward to being a guest on your show.